All yours, Torgal. Go, Torgal. Second. Now, Torgal.
Йоуч, здоровуч. Ах, да нормально, он кошка бесится. Дрянь, блин. А ты чё как? И кошка это.
No use calling Ambrosia now. If it ain't the lad who saved my life. What brings you to a place like this?
You do, Bernard. Martha said I might find you here.
Oh. Building a workshop, you say? Well, and if Martha didn't mind me being gone a while, I...
Of course.
Well, that there is Cressida, where I grew up. Ain't much. But I came up here hoping to visit. I even patched up the bridge to get across. But you're a dab hand when it comes to dealing with beasts and bogles, ain't you?
It's the least I can... This shouldn't take long.
All yours, Torgal! Kill! All yours, Torgal!
Enough! That should do it.
You made short work of that lot. Thank you, son. Now my folks can rest in peace once more.
How long is it since the village was abandoned?
Oh, people started packing their things after the duchy fell. Between the Blight and the Imperials, you just couldn't make ends meet. Must be nigh on a decade since the last wagon left. Though it may as well have been a century, looking at the place. Don't be. Can't live in the past. Soon as I'm done saying a prayer for those that raised me, it's on. I'll meet you there.
That should take care of Mid. List. Better head back before she thinks of anything else.
The little ones have been up to their old tricks again. Drawing on the deck in this time.
Shouldn't you be getting some rest?
All right, Clive? You've all...
I am. I've placed your various orders, and a cup.
That's brilliant!
Is there?
Nope. Blackthorn and Lady Karen have already sent over everything else, so as soon as Bernard gets here, we can get... I can't wait!
That's my good deed for the day done. Let's see how Jill's faring.
Clive.
Talia, how's Jill?
Recovering, but she still needs her rest.
Of course. Take good care of her, won't you?
I'll do my best. Oh, Gav was looking for you. He said he had something...
The shelves. Oh, that's right. He must have found something. You have the look of a man with the twins upon his shoulders, Rodrigue.
Talia has tasked me with removing a curse. I don't think I can. I'm afraid of what happens if I fail. You survived, I know, but is it really worth the risk?
You don't need me to answer that. I hope as much as you that one day bearers can walk among others as equals. And we must lift that burden. The operation may be dangerous.
I know. But griping about my lot...
I know you will.
Unfortunately, the first thing that needs doing is something I can't do with the infirmary's ammonia supply so low.
Just tell me what you need.
You'll go. No one knows herb law like Talia, and she swears by them. Unfortunately for you, I do. Along the river near the village of
Yeah. What's everyone whispering about?
Do you have a moment, Sid?
Which team?
Coles. They were sent to liberate a carriage of bearers before they could be smuggled to Mark. They were moving in for their assault when the carriage was... A cursebreaker managed to release Astolas, and they should be back by now, but I can't help...
They know the work is dangerous.
But what if I've got them all... Before they go out, I always remind them why but I never really...
I'll go and find...
Thank you. The plan was...
That should be enough to...
Jill looked white as a sheet when they brought her there.
And what can I do for you? Coin purse weighing you down? It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Clive, where have you been? I've been wanting to ask you something about Torgal. Where did you get him? Like...
My father. They were crossing a snowfield when they heard his cries, and...
What do you reckon, Tomes?
It certainly adds weight, Clive. I believe that Torgal may be no mere hound, but in one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a frostwolf who served as guardian. His name...
Fenrir the Frostwolf.
Now, the annals do not state it explicitly. A girl from the Northern Territories, and one awakens at...
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his power?
What?
Just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were inseparable. He grew up as a fake just when his master needed him.
You're right. If it weren't for Torgal blasting those...
Quite. Though to his latent birthright, it had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Torgal.
And regarding your original concern, you need... Why, the beast has the appetite of a behemoth. Just this very morn, I found him with his nose...
There you are! I've been looking everywhere for you, but I need you to introduce us so we can get to work. Isn't it brilliant?
It is.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. But I promise I'll pay you back. I'm gonna work my fingers to the bone for you, just you wait. I'll make wonders.
Then I look forward to... Now that that's settled, I wonder if Vivian's made any progress tracking down Kupka.
Thanks for letting me do this, Clive. I'll pay you back, I promise.
Till midsummer way to take a tour of...
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely in circles. We have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in unexpected places. If only we knew for certain by what route he...
Well, if anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you.
What?
Would that be a problem?
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne.
You have nothing to worry about on that front.
Clive, have you got a minute? We, have a guest.
A guest?
For your trouble. It was a pleasure, in hindsight.
Uncle Byron?
Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens for your favourite uncle is here!
Yes.
The Dalmekian government sues for peace. How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmeks empty their treasuries for us.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Very good.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmeks will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can. And once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmeks to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, Your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on. Dion?
Yes, sire.
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
If that is your wish, Your Radiance, I shall depart at once. May Gregor forgive you.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
So Annabella's tales were true. You disappoint me, Dion.
What on earth is Uncle Byron doing here? Only one way to find out.
The Litlands have been up to just one thing after another around here.
My dear nephew.
How did you find...
Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. As are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed, which is why I came. To learn the full truth.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of...
I was. Aye.
Then I have questions for you.
Gladly. You there. There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
2,000?
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from Rosalith.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dalmekian fleet and recent reports of the... Come here and I'll show you. It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly, her Royal Navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift, and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance. No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have tightened back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
Да.
So it was the Waludas who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail across the Velcroy. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friend...
Very well, but be quick about it.
Mid's finished outfitting our little workshop.
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's Fang.
You're not going in there alone.
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. I won't risk any more than I have to.
The Lancer and the Fang are all Kupka. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's. And only Sid. We've heard...
Thanks.
So...
Don't look so...
Thanks for...
Gav, Otto.
You can count on.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back, so... Best of luck out there, Sid.
Ah, my favorite pupil. We met under... Naturally. Still. Lord Buck, I heard Why? How may I help you today? Here you are. Thus ends today's lesson.
All right, Uncle.
We shall.
Come on.
Yeah!
You deserve a rest. Cole, I'm glad you're...
Just about. Sid, if you don't mind me asking...
Doris sent me to find you. She hasn't heard...
I sent a runner to the Dame in Northreach. The hideaway should have...
Well, I'm here now.
Only some. The rest locked themselves in the slavers. I want to help them, Sid. But we're barely in any state...
You made the right decision.
The goblins may still...
You have duties to attend to here.
All right, and please...
I won't let that.
Thank you.
Don't thank me. They're trying to get into the carriage. A friend. Why didn't you flee with...
Why should we run?
Perhaps. Freedom, safety, the life.
Sid.
This man risked his life to save yours.
Fine.
What we'll do with you is take you to safety.
You can leave the rest to us, Sid. We'll...
Thank you. After it! The river was easy enough to find. Now for those herbs. This is the only plant around here with blue flowers. I hope it's the right one. Should be enough to keep the infirmary stocked for a while. Over.
The little ones have been up to their old tricks again.
Sid, welcome back. If I'd just waited a little, or maybe I wouldn't.
Cole and the others got home safely.
No, I was lucky. I've been tracking that slave. What kind of leader sends people? I should have erred.
We swore the same.
It's good to see you.
With all due respect, we go on with that.
We all know how much bravery that takes.
Cole, I never thank you. I sometimes would.
You will.
I hope you didn't have too much trouble.
Only the usual.
Oh, yes. This is it. And...
You'll do fine. Taya trusts you.
Thank you for the... I'm sorry. The brand is more than just ink on flesh. It's... one ill-conceived incision. A single and even success means tremendous pain. I became a physiker to help people, not...
Cursebreakers lead hard lives. They toil in the shadows, risking life, and yet we never won for volunteers.
Conviction?
They're willing. I know your work.
It's... Thank you for help. I'm sorry I let my fear get the better of me.
Damn the bastard who thought to mix bread. Ink with the foulest poison.
How may I help you today, Clive? Is everything we've received and everything promised? Here you are. Come again. I may have more for you.
Clive. Here you go. Seen enough?
I was a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark 'em well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands. Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
Let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua. You were so eager to be the brother alive. You whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed her heels and sat in the sand, falling like a babe.
Caution, my boy. Let's go. Yeah!
Those soldiers.
So, Lord Cook.
Ah, there she is. The good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
All right.
Have you lost your way already, my boy? The ruins mark the road to the inn.
No holding back. Straight home now. Come on.
Сафир, здорово. Да как-то никак.
This won't be easy. Let's roll this try.
Ну как, обычными В смысле? Ничего нового, в общем, нет.
Thanks, girl.
Ёд, бандо, сейчас я его буду валить, блядь, 3 часа. Сейчас подойду. Ладно.
Well, Clive, looks like you're gonna need an even bigger sword. should have stayed in its shell.
Who's this blue blood? Is it business or pleasure? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
What do you need? A Sanctfordian, do you? Not bad, if I do say so myself. And? Clive? A Sanctfordian, do you? And?
Well, don't just stand there gawping. Coin purse weighing you down. You got out else? And be thankful you got that much. I reckon I can find a buyer. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
What can I get you, Sid? Shout if you need top.
Oh, you're not leaving already, are you?
You look like you could do with a drink.
Well. Drink up, you lot.
Don't be a stranger, Sid. What can I get you, Sid? Honestly, Sid, you're too nice.
Do you hear that, ladies and gents? The next round's courtesy of the realm's most benevolent outlaw. Oh, keep your mug handy.
Come on. Yeah! Caution, my boy.
Faster!
Who do you think those soldiers were?
Look, there. Those are ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stone here. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that, then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal?
Would you rather be my squire?
Что ты еще за мадам?
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do
Из
understand?
кристаллов.
Yes, Your Grace. You must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Ну да, в нем же ультима.
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead skin, we'll never know.
Но он его в клетку с Феникса заковал. Ультиму. И в себя ее.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you.
Uncle?
Sorry.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
По-моему, нет.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in camera that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two. Friend.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
Уплочено, да.
Take him.
Try it.
Bravo, my boy! Just like that!
You're finished. It's over.
For your trouble. Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Со всех.
Now's our chance.
Жалко, нельзя рефанд за игру сделать. Только мне и забрасывать неохота. Точнее, и забросить хочется, и вроде осталось-то не так долго. Так что, кого это компе, ждите, пока взломают. Ну, не скоро, но близко. Не помню, как посмотреть. %. Да здесь это прокачка, она для галочки. Вообще не знаю, зачем она нужна.
Clive? What is it now?
Не, конечно, 15-я, она намного массивнее, круче.
Let's go.
Спору нет. А это так, наверное.
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. What we do now?
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before...
Ah, they've closed the road. And it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means. The wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamil is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
Looks like we're getting back to Drake's Fang anytime soon.
Good day, my lord. Fare you well.
Light it, for Gilbert's sake. Aren't you? Anything I can help you with, travelers? Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses of Port. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of...
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets, and our smithies.
Thank you. You wouldn't happen to...
No.
Well...
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. I'm looking for someone. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. Do you know her?
Never heard of her. Is that all?
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town...
Oh, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig, but he's got all the right ideas.
The Briar's Kiss, you say? Thank you.
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you me.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
How many times do I have to...
Can I help you?
Yes.
Не
I'm
надо
looking
никого
for a
целовать,
woman
что ты
by the
сразу
name of
начинаешь?
Rosina Dalamil. A long-standing pillar of your community, I believe.
Then you should ask further. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. And he's in with... Try the baths. That's where you'll usually...
Thank you. Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Furder knows.
Sweet incense! What?
Excuse me. Are you Furder?
I am. Can I help you, travelers?
I hope so.
Ну,
You've lived here
похож,
for
да,
some
на
time, is that
Уильяма.
correct? Do you know Rosina Dalamil? We believe she may be a trader of some renown.
And what business do you have with the desert hare?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction.
Блять, вот бегаешь по
Do you
этому.
think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around.
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it. Fire it!
Who are you working for? Him or her?
He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call...
Lord Furder?
Look what the cat... Your skill with the blade is rare. A fitting talent for an outlaw.
You know who I am, so what now? Call in the men of the Rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be interested to make his acquaintance.
Yes, my lord. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
Локон любви.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Kneaded to a silken soft...
The most fragrant herbs and
My carpets!
Is this the place?
Lubor's Forge. The Briar's Kiss.
So it was the young sprig after all. So much for Rosina Delamil being a woman of experience. How wrong I was.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means. I'd say he deserves our respect.
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Furder told me to bring them to you.
Так, нам нужен
My
пиар-менеджер.
boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second?
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And
Ребят.
nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this swaggering scruff.
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man, 5 times my age? But enough of the pleasantries. We were speaking of what I want. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you good day.
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be clear about them, damn you.
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you call me?
My apologies. A word of advice in recompense. Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for you.
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with him. Child's play. Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag this parlor game on any longer than we need to.
All right. Good luck, Uncle. Thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalamil. Excuse me. Is it true there's been trouble with crystals of late?
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves. Pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our stoves. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market, either. Whoever's taking them, they aren't sharing.
Do you have a moment?
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the...
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang, for one. The soldiers guarding the mother crystal and the shipments need a place. The men on the rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so?
Juiciest meat from greens-fed birds. One bite and you'll be begging for more.
You wouldn't believe how much he gave me. Well, I hope you gave us... What can I do for you, soldier? Need that sword polishing?
I'm not a soldier.
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the rock and the men of the rock only.
You have an agreement with them?
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. With pockets deeper than Zemeckis and an urge to empty them. No, just leave, will you? Before you scare them off.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. No problem. You'll be back at the inn by now.
My carpets have...
What was all that crashing and banging about before?
It's you, the one who broke all. What do you want? Haven't you caused enough
I'm looking for my pal.
The gentleman who was with you? Yeah.
Thank you. I'll go and fetch him.
Пандемониум, здорово. В смысле, кто сколько? Что кто стоит? Не понимаете.
Will this suffice as a deposit?
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures
А,
in my
игра?
collection.
Но она
that
на
I'll be only
Соньке
too
только, на
happy to
пятой
part
сейчас
with.
пока.
Should you give
На
me
ПК
reason
не
to
знаю, когда
do
выпустят.
so?
А там, если в Турции покупать, там 3500 где-то.
Come to an agreement, but not here.
Если у нас здесь купить, то 6 где-то. Так вот.
What are you doing, Uncle?
Сайфер, тебе не нужен пиар-менеджер? Конечно, но я не советую покупать тебе. Потому что игра так себе. Не, ну кому-то, может, и очень понравилось. Но мне, как профессиональному суперпрофессионалу, она... Я все ее дырки вижу. Сейчас я подойду. Сайфер, ну я не знаю, зачем тебе пиар-менеджер, там договоришься об оплате.
Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase crystals.
Пойду пельмени себе сварю. Я не могу в эту игру уже долго
To
играть.
trade in such things, but my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystal I sought if I proved I could pay for it.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd asked for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so. A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of subterfuge. What did you discover?
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere, and pocketing a profit.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult. It just goes to show, one should never underestimate a Rosfield. We'll soon wipe that smirk off his face. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support, if things turn sour.
Of course.
What was all that crashing and banging about?
Come on. Run like the wind.
I'll take it from here.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them. Kill them both!
It's not over yet, Uncle. Good. I'm just getting warmed up.
Stay down. It's over. You're finished.
I'll not be outdone. Well, that wasn't too bad.
А тут есть
That's like my
считаемый.
performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly, buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with the Royalists. Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along, that is. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon. It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive? I suppose it could have been worse. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the South Gate, was it not? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades. And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your costs. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it from one of the bodies.
Oh, dear. Was I really so obvious?
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you very much.
No, thank you very much, Greybeard.
Of all the... Ugh!
Here, wear this. Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you, Lubor.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
Omia los Delan. Tu Isakelis.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive? So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then, I wish you a safe journey south.
Thank you.
Not at all. It was my pleasure.
Come on, Uncle. Let's go.
I've never even forged a butter knife, but perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at my...
I wouldn't put it past.
Oh, wait. Sorry. My mind was elsewhere. I'm Sava, Master Luber's, at least soon-to-be former, apprentice if I don't pass this test. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalamir. I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about.
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask.
I could give you a hand. I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been. And that Lubor needs...
I'd be a fool to refuse.
So?
Good question. If I'm honest. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit...
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lubor's puzzle. We need information.
You're right. There's no point now. There's plenty of folk in Dalamil who use... There's the butcher. Of course, they're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of the... All right. I think we have a plan. Let's get to it, shall we? I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher.
All right.
Let's hope that someone says something useful.
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I better get to it.
The finest fabric!
Yes, they're quite silky.
Needed to a silken softness.
Welcome, sir.
A question, if you don't. I need to know what makes a good carving.
You a blacksmith or something?
Something.
Fair enough. Knives, is it? First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat, no. Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block.
So a knife that stays sharp.
Plates and pots! Everything I've worked for. All those years of toil. Every coin I've...
Are you all right?
The baths are closed. Leave me be. On second thought, perhaps you are just what I need.
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business, the baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the crystals in I've no doubt that my woes stem from the water, but I can't go and investigate for fear of my customers. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you. Go to does not...
All right.
Wonderful. Leave the market by the south gate. The smell of sulphur, these baths, are all that keep me from my livelihood, my very...
Just look at the detail, the craftsmanship. You're looking.
The baths are, closed for scrubbing.
Stout is stoneware. Won't chip, won't crack, no matter how rocky.
I'll be asking for you again, my sweet.
1,000 gil for a meal.
Fucking men of the wrong.
I need a drink.
You're going to drink my...
Охрененный дизайн.
Ah, they've opened the gate.
Lubor was true to his word.
We can make our way to the Fang now, please. Hanging lantern. Keep the darkness from your door.
This town is truly blessed. Bustling markets, the healing waters, and all under the watchful eye of...
Weights and pots, poles and masons.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
Sweet incense. What wax candles? Silver platters. Just like they eat off in Castle Dasmar. $1,000 gil for a measly punch.
This river runs all the way to the southern sea.
If you can't even fill my cup, you're no. Hanging lanterns, keep the darkness from your door.
It's all the fault of this blasted war. The moment they find out you're from the...
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
I've got a crystal. So long as we stay out of the Deadlands, we'll be all right.
Sweet incense. What wax candles?
Повисло, что ли?
No. We can make our way back to the Fang now, at least.
What is it? I'm in no mood for chatter.
Sorry.
Hunter?
I have a question. Can you tell me what makes it...
Oh. Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with a... Your knife snaps every time you use it. You'll be spending coin as fast as you make it.
Thank you.
All business, eh? Man after...
So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Just look at the...
Made from the stoutest stoneware. Won't chip, won't crack, no matter how...
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
The most fragrant herbs.
My carpets have pride of place.
Когда спишь, звук отключай и все.
So, how'd it go? You learn anything useful, or should I be looking for a new trade?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp. But I don't see how that...
I didn't have much luck either. All the cook said was that he needs his too heavy and they do his shoulder.
So we're no better off than when we started. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his... That can't be right. I've bandaged... No. We must be missing something.
No doubt you're right, but I have to make a start soon.
Agreed.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. Trouble is, it's either durable, meaning someone is going to be disappointed.
Is there no one else you can turn to?
The other apprentices know better than to help me with my test. A merchant, a favourite of Forge Master Lubor's, who I bet she'd know a thing or two.
Is it true what I'm hearing? That the men of the rock are carting off our crystals?
Yes, they're quite sought after.
Lord Kudka.
Yeah!
straight home now.
Has finally made his move.
Yes. That's why there's so many soldiers.
Any luck? Or will you be needing help with
Well, I asked her, but...
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options, they're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing, but adamantite ore is unique to ash.
And it's beyond my...
Unique to ash? Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it?
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron, but he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalamil remark wasn't a...
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always light. Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits. And, if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to...
Bloody hell! I don't suppose you know...
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been a...
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask...
Limestone? Fine. Besides...
You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in...
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the...
Right you are. So, do you crush it up, or just throw it in?
This is no good. I was hoping...
Is it true what I'm hearing?
My carpet.
The most fragrant herbs and
fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Plates and pots! Bowls and basins! Hanging lanterns! Keep the darkness from your door!
We should get going soon.
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish.
Just then, allow me to share it. Drake's Fang is currently... Talmeki and Waloed are allies, and as you've seen, they're so... But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make up...
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. A man on the inside of the Fang. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you. If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will end... I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another, people...
I don't plan on dying.
Well, so long as you're...
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
One rock looks a lot like another. Hopefully this is what Seven needs.
Finally, we'll be able to get what's owed.
Silver platters, made from the stoutest stoneware.
Needed to
The
a
juiciest
silken
meat
softness.
from Green's Head.
It would
The
make us
finest
fine.
fabrics, fresh from the...
I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
You are one of the good ones. You and that merchant boat, she's got quite a... Now, time to see if... A knife forged from the very rocks of
It's a fine-looking blade.
That sounds like my cue. And
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dalamil? What do I... It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy, heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and it looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still...
And I was so certain I had it all.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I...
Well, if it took... I would say...
And who would be... The butcher? The hunt? Dalamil's home to humble trader. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is... just a... I'd say you're worth keeping around a little. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. What would you do?
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a and for the nobleman, I'd make it...
There goes a master.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Master. Spirit of Dalamil had nothing, meaning I had...
You've passed your test. That's all that...
And when I do, I'll...
Ладно, сделаю-ка я перерыв.
Who's this blue blood?
Is it business or pleasure? Is that all?
Tone says he's looking for books about Tolkien. I know.
My knowledge is yours. I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them. You wish to study the tomes? Did you learn everything you needed?
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again.
Ah, my favorite pupil. What is it that you wish to learn?
How are you doing? Here you go. Always something in there.
How may I help you today, Clive? Sorry, but you're not quite there yet. All in good time, eh? Come again. I may have more for you.
Ладно, пойду я перерыв делаю. Всем спасибо, кто зашел.
This is no good. I